Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Steel City Bowl and Brews. This is major number 6 on the PJBT schedule, our second event here for the month of January. We are working on lining up all the bowlers. This is the finals for the scratch and the handicap division. Lining up all the bowlers for our introductions today. Straightforward, top 4 in each division. The 1 seed will bowl the 4 seed, and the 2 seed will bowl the 3 seed. Scratch match will start on the right pair, handicap on the left pair, and then we will flip-flop for the finals. And we'll go down to Matt then, and we will introduce all of our bowlers.
Okay, good afternoon, bowling fans, and welcome to Steel City Bowl and Brews here in Bethlehem for the finals of the 6th major of the PJBT season. We are down to our final 4 in each division that will be rolling off for the major title for today. It's going to be 2 semifinal matches, 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3 at the same time. And the winners of each match will then go to the opposite pair and bowl each other in a 1-game match for the title. Okay, time to introduce our 4 remaining bowlers in each division. Starting in the scratch division, our number 4 seed from Montoursville, PA, Connor Anthony. In the finals today, our number 3 seed from Sweet Valley, PA, Zachary Smith. In the first semifinal, Zach will be taking on our number 2 seed from Walden, New York, Gavin Broad. And Connor will be taking on our tournament leader at plus 421 for 8 games from Hopewell Junction, New York, Jaden Conto. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 4 scratch finalists for today's PJBT. Okay, now it is time to introduce our 4 handicap finalists. Our number 4 seed from Springfield, PA, Austin Spellman. Competing in the finals, our number 3 seed, also from Springfield, PA, Shane Hill. Shane will be taking on our number 2 seed from Lansford, PA, Darian Moyer. And Austin will be taking on our tournament leader at plus 230 for 8 games from Pottsville, PA, Riley Moran. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 4 handicap finalists for today's PJBT. All right, our bowlers are going to practice, and then we'll begin our 2 semifinal matches.
All right, everyone. We're going to get everybody here a little bit of practice. Your number 1 seed on the scratch side is Jaden Conto. Your number 2 seed, Gavin Broad. 3 seed, Zachary Smith. And your 4 seed, Connor Anthony. Over on the handicap side, your number 1 seed is Riley Moran. Number 2 seed, Darian Moyer. 3 seed, Shane Smith. 4 seed, Austin Spellman. As always, for our majors, we have the PBA gold pins in on the lanes today. Special feature for all of our majors. Our winners today taking home the acrylic bowling pin and the $300 scholarship. As always, the PJBT message board is open. If you have a bowler that's bowling today and you want to give them a little bit of a shout out, encourage them, ask us a question, or just in general, just tell me how good I sound. I'm good with that too. A huge thank you to Lee and Krista Sant here at Bowler X. for their many years of continued support, supporting us today and being today's sponsor. Today's pattern was the apparently high-scoring 2003 Junior Gold TV number 8, 44-foot pattern, which produced quite a few high scores today. Couple more minutes here of practice, and then we will be ready to bring everybody the finals from here at Steel City.
our semifinal matches. Starting on the scratch side, to your right, we have top seed Jaden Kanto taking on number 4 seed Connor Anthony. The opponents will be across from each other on the monitors, okay? And then in our lower match, we have number 2 seed Gavin Broad taking on number 3 seed Zachary Smith. Winners of each semifinal will bowl each other on 1 and 2 for the title, okay? On the handicap side, to your left, we have top seed Riley Moran taking on number 4 seed Austin Spellman. Austin gets the handicap difference of 13. And then in our other match, we have number 2 seed Darian Moyer taking on number 3 seed Shane Hill. The difference in handicap is 35 going to Darian. Okay, winners of each semifinal here will advance to bowl each other for the title on 3 and 4. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, and we are off. No real any type of order here, just everybody bowls their own game, so it's not like we're doing like PBA style or anything where one bowls and the other bowls too. That won't be until the next match. Jaden and Riley, it seems, will be starting us off here, both of our number 1 seeds. All right, so Riley and Connor are going to get us started here. Five count for Riley, strike for Connor. And a 7 count for Austin. Seven for Riley there in the first frame, 5-2 for him. Zach Smith up now. Austin going to attempt to make his spare here, and then Jaden will be right behind him for his first frame. Zachary comes in just behind the head pin there and leaves the 2-10. Austin gets 2. Strike there for Jaden. All right, early open for Zach. Gavin up now for his first frame. And he'll start off with a strike as well, so 3 of our 4 bowlers starting off with strikes in the scratch division. Shane with a 9 pin, looking to clean that up. He will do as such. Connor up now, looking to be the first one to get a double on our scratch pair. And a 9 pin for him as well. Riley misses the head pin wide. Now Jaden's going to try to be the first to double. He'll get his double there. Spare there for Connor. Austin gets on the board with his first mark of the match, and so does Riley. Our matches are across from each other. The 2 screens on the left and the 2 on the right. The winners will face each other for the title. Strike there for Zach. Six pin for Darian, strike for Gavin. So Gavin has a double also. The top match on the handicap side, 35. I'm going to wait till that screen comes back up again. Darian makes this fair. Darian getting 35 pins against Shane. And then Austin getting 13 pins against Riley. Jaden, first 1 to 3 in a row. Open there for Riley. And Gavin has a 3-bagger of his own, so early leads for all 1 and 2 seeds in scratch for Jaden and Gavin. Spare for Austin. Pin lead for Austin after the 3rd frame. About a 40 pin lead for Darian. Those do include the handicap also. Our scratch matches are through 3 frames. Both our number 1 and 2 seeds have a little bit of an advantage. Riley up now. Riley leaves the 6 count, or 5 count rather. 6 pin for Jaden. Comes up just a little high. Riley picks off 2 there. Spare though for Austin, so he will not be able to extend his lead. Still be a little over a 20 pin lead here no matter what. Austin will not get any, so Jaden up now to make his 6 pin. $89 for him through 4. Connor was 79, so about a 10-stick lead there for Jaden after 4 frames. Gavin now looking to increase his lead over Zach with a 4-bagger here. Shane trips the 2 pin, so strike there for him. Gavin comes up high also. Leads to 6, 9, 10. Good shot there for Austin. Just comes up a hair high, leaves a 4 pin. Ooh. Unfortunate there for Gavin. Misses just a little wide, picks off the 6-10. So little bit of an opening there for Zach. He's still down 39, so he's got a little bit of work to do. He's got the left lane figured out. He's got a double in the left lane, but 2 opens on the right lane, so a little bit of work to do. Connor Anthony up now. Comes up a little high also, leaves the 4-pin. Jaden up now. Austin makes his spare. Riley will miss the head pin yet again, leaves the 3/4 bucket. Strike there for Jaden. And a spare for Connor. Halfway through all of our matches here today for match number 1. Shane Hill with the 4-7. Riley picks off the 5, so he is not doing himself any help here. 4 opens in 5 frames, allowing Austin to open up the lead a little bit. 25 now for 5 frames. And Zach with a double. That's what he needed there on the right lane. He had a strike on lane 4. Gavin answers back for a strike though, so. All right, both scratch matches are right around 20 pins, not 20 pins. With Zach on the double, Gavin on a single strike. Jaden up 20. And Connor with back-to-back strikes on lane 3, so he needed that strike there just to stay up with Jaden. Darian with his spare now. Riley's got to get something going here because he's going to be running out of frame shortly. And that's what you need right there. Knock all 10 pins over. That's an easy way to turn the match around. Double there for Jaden. Maintains that 20-pin lead. Austin Spellman now. Gets the strike. Goes a little jersey and gets all 10. So he will be up 35 now through 6. Oh, such a great shot for Zach over on that right lane to get back on track there, and then just throws a bad shot there, leaves the 210. So. And Gavin with another good shot, just leaves the 9-pin. Shane Hill there. We have a false start on the offense, so he's going to start over. And Zach is not going to get any. All right, Shane leaves the 4-9. Let's see if Austin can get a double here. Ooh, comes up high, leaves the 6-7-10. So try to get 2 here, try to get count. And Shane did not get any of his. Connor with the double. Now Jaden. Jaden will have to strike here to answer back. Austin will open there, so that gives Riley an opportunity to come back in the match here. Zach comes up light, leaves the 2-4-8-10, so he's got a mountain of work there to do as Gavin gets another strike there to increase his lead. Let's see what Zach can do. Zach does not get any of them, so 96 for him in the 7th, 129 for 135 for Gavin rather, so that is about a 40-pin lead for Gavin, working on a strike. Connor with a 3-bagger, so he is he's making Jaden think about it here a little bit. That strike there tied the match up with Jaden still to go though, but Riley with a 3-bagger. Took him half a game, but he figured it out. All right, now it's up to Austin to walk up here, and he's got to get back on it here too, just to keep the lead. And he'll lead just a 7-pin, so very makeable spare. All right, here's Zach trying to salvage this game here. He gets a strike, so back on it there. 186 for Zach if he were to strike out. So Gavin's already in the 140s. So all right, 7-pin for Jaden. So this match has tightened up even closer now. Spare there for Austin. And Jaden makes his spare also. So Connor with a chance to get up in the 9th frame and tighten that match up. Austin made his spare. Shane up now for his 8th frame. Darian open, so 142 for him in the 8th. 177 with the handicap. Strike there for Gavin. That match just about over. Gavin with only one error there was the open frame in the 4th when he pushed the spare shot a hair wide. Open for Shane, so he will have 120 in the 8th. Darian at 142, so 22 pin, or 177 rather, with the handicap. So that is a 57-pin match. So that one just about winding down. So here's the handicap match we're watching now, Riley and Austin. Riley with a little bit of double dribble there, did not get good ball reaction down lane, leaves the 5-8. Almost left the bucket there. All right, Jaden with the strike. Connor with the spare. All right, so 208 in the 9th for Jaden, 188 in the 9th for Connor. So that is still a 20-pin match. So that match is going to come down to the 10th frame. Strike there for Gavin. That's pretty much going to seal that matchup. Spare there for Shane. And a double for Zach. So Darian loses that one off his hand. That'll be a 0 on the first ball there. So he's got a lead, so it doesn't hurt him a lot, but don't want to go around having untimely opens. And a 10-pin for Connor. He needed that one. Strike spare here puts him at 217. So any mark here, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, Jaden just needs good count to close this one out. Yep, he will strike, and it's going to be our number 1 and number 2 seeds in the scratch side. All right, so Jaden and Gavin will be your winners on the scratch side. Gavin needs 1 pin in the 10th. I think he can accomplish that. So over here on the handicap side, we're in the 10th frame. Riley goes strike 9, and Austin leaves a 7-pin. So, but let's see. I think Riley will miss the 5-pin. I'm not sure. Let's see. 167 for him. I think Austin needs to make this. So 157. Let's say, I'm not sure how these systems add, but I think it's going to be close. 213 for Connor Anthony. Spare here for Jaden. We'll give him 247. Spare there for Austin. Let's see what that gives him in the 10th there. 159. 3, 4, 5, 56, 66. Yeah, he needs 8. 9. He needs 9 pins. 9 pins is a winner. 8 is a tie. 3, 4, 5, 56, 66, 69. Yep. 8 to 9 count. Yep. And we have a tie. 167, 167. So we're going to overtime on one of our handicap division matches. 246, 213, Connor Anthony, Jaden Kanto. $192 for Darian, so it will be Darian Moyer moving on to the finals. All right, just finishing up the scratch match here, and then we're going to have ourselves a roll-off.
Correct. So Austin gets 2 pins. Okay.
All right, 192 to 130. Darian Moyer moving on. Gavin Broad, 234. Zachary Smith, 184. All right, so what's going to happen now is, since Austin and Riley tied,
Okay, Austin and Riley.
we are going to have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
Okay, 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Austin gets the difference of the handicap divided by 5. He's pulling 2 frames. So he gets 2 pins. Okay? It'll be your choice to the higher seat. So you want to start first and finish last, or you want to start last and finish first. It's up to you. You're the higher seat. So you want to finish first? Okay. So then he wants you to start 1 frame on lane 1. So 1 frame on lane 1, 9 frame. Go ahead. Yep. So you break it.
All right, Riley's going to start the match. The difference in handicap for the 9th and 10th frame Baker is 2 pins for Austin. So, all right, 8 count for Riley. So it's essentially going to be a scratch match. So we'll see if those 2 sticks come into play. All right, 610 for Riley. He misses his spare, so.
Okay, Austin's up. Lane 2. 9 frame.
All right, so Riley starts off with an 8. Opportunity here for Austin to. Austin could walk up here and win the match if he could go mark. All right, he leaves a 610 also. Difference in handicap is 2, so See if that comes into play. I wish I shot my spares that good at his age. That is a spare. All right, so early advantage here, so. All right, depending on what he does on the first ball here, he has a chance to close him out. All right, leaves the 1-2. If he goes spare here, he would need 7 at least on the last ball to win the match by a pin no matter what, because those 2 pins would come into play. All right, all depends on this spare shot here. And he will make his spare. So he will need at least 7. 7 pins here will be a winner. Because if he gets a 7, that gives him 37. And then with his 2 pins handicap, that would give him 39.
Switch pairs. Yep.
All right, so it'll be Darian Moyer taking on Austin Spellman. And then Jaden Conto taking on Gavin Broad. All right, so we're going to hand out some awards here, get everybody some practice, and then we will have our finals.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal round for today's PJBT 6th major event here at Steel City Bowling Brews in Bethlehem, sponsored by BowlerX.com. Our 4th place finisher in the scratch division, getting a $60 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Connor Anthony.
Connor Anthony, your 4th place finisher today, $60 scholarship. Here he comes.
finisher in the scratch division, also getting a $60 scholarship certificate and award, goes to Zachary Smith.
Connor Anthony, your 4th place finisher. Zach Smith, your 3rd place finisher. Each getting a $60 scholarship.
Okay, officially our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $50 scholarship certificate and award, goes to Shane Hill. Okay, and then our 3rd place finisher in the handicap division, also receiving a $50 scholarship certificate and award, goes to Riley Moran.
Riley Moran and
All right,
Shane Hill,
our
your
winners of each match will
3rd and
flip-flop
4th place
pairs
finishers,
and we'll
$50
move on to our
scholarship.
title matches.
All right, so we have one more match to go. We're going to flip pairs here. Next week, the PJBT gets an off weekend. I get a Sunday morning to sleep in and not do anything and watch a little divisional round football, I guess. What a hard knock life. Anyway, we are off next weekend, and then we come back the following Sunday from Bolero Heaster Lanes in Reading, Pennsylvania for our adult junior. You have until next Sunday night at midnight to sign up and get the discounted rate. Our adult junior there last year, we got a pretty good turnout, so hopefully we get to see everybody there in 2 weeks. And then after that, we are at one of our little favorite bowling centers out in the York area, East Lincoln Bowl there, to start the month of February. All of those tournaments you can sign up for at pjbtbowlingseries.com. All right, same as last time. 3 balls on each lane, and then we'll get going. A couple minutes here. We'll be back for our finals. You are watching the PJBT live on YouTube.
had to go to 154. Moran shot 167. And then in the other match, he shot 130. Moore was getting 35. So what's 92?
Zachary. I think there's that.
Okay, and over here, it'll be your choice. Higher seed, start first, finish last. Start last, finish first. Finish last, start first. So you'll go one frame on one to start. All right. Check. Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our title matches for today's PJBT 6th Major here at Steel City Bowling Brews in Bethlehem, sponsored by BowlerX.com. Our scratch division match to your left, top seed Jaden Conto, taking on number 2 seed Gavin Broad. Jaden has elected to start the match on lane 1. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Darian Moyer, taking on number 3 seed Shane Hill. I'm sorry, say that again. Number 2 seed Darian Moyer versus number 4 seed Austin Spellman. Okay, 2 versus 4. Okay, Darian has elected to start the match first on lane 3, and the difference in handicap is 9 pins going to Austin. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's PJBT. Okay, one frame to start. You're going to hold 1, then you hold 2. Here we go.
All right, so Jaden and Darian, our 2 higher seeds, will start the matches. Darian starts off with a 210. Jaden is momentarily.
Zachary Smith, 59.
All right, Jaden's first frame. Good looking shot, leaves just the knife. Good looking shot there off his hand. Darian's spare attempt. It's 1. Alright, Austin up now on 4. As soon as Jaden gets his spare shot here, then Gavin will be up on 2. Austin flirting with disaster out there. Gets the strike. Jaden makes his spare. Alright, Gavin's first frame. And he'll put 10 back. Good shot there for Gavin. He'll swing right around then and bowl frame number 2. Austin up now. Looking to go back to back for a double. Oh! Oh my. Great looking shot there for Austin. Leaves the rocking 9 pin. Literally, that is how you hit 10 and get 9. All right, Gavin's second frame. Ooh, let's see if we get a little help here. He will take out the 2 pin, so just the 10th pin left. That won't matter. That's fine. That's up to Matt. Oh. All right, Austin loses that one off the gutter there, so 28 for him in the second frame. 37 with the handicap, so Darian up now for frame number 2.
Mine's back here.
All right, strike there for Darian. Jaden's second frame. Strike there for him. Darian up now looking for a double for him. 9 pins is the difference in handicap. 9 pins going to Austin. 4, 6, 7 there for Darian. All right, count there for Darian. All right, double for Jaden. Austin up now. Got that one just a little more inside there. 4, 6, or 6, 7, 10 for Austin. All right, strike there for Gavin. The answer's right back to Jaden's double. Austin will not get any of his leave there, so 44 for him through 3. And 37 for Darian, so that is a slim lead for Austin through 3 frames. All right, double there for Gavin. 70 there for him through 4 frames. Austin bringing it off the one board there, a 1, 2, 4, 10 for him. Ooh, big spare there for Austin. Good shot there for him. That will keep him in the lead. Extend the lead, rather. Jaden comes high there. 6 pin. Darian up now. Struck here on the last frame here, but has on and open. Leaves. Ooh, gets the 6 pin to fall forward. A little bit of a lucky break there for him. All right, Jaden will make his 6 pins, so That match is back to tight again. That is a less than 10 pin match. So, and Darian comes in light, leaves the 4-5.
I have to post them yet. I'm working on this. I'm working on this weekend. Yeah, they'll be in there probably this week.
All right, Darian's spare shot here. Picks off the 4. Jaden up now, 5th frame. Not what he was looking for there. Comes up high and winds up with the 7-10. It went from ugly to uglier. All right, here's Austin now for his 5th frame. 6-7-10. A lot of 6-7-10s here going on. Something in the air here. All right, so open midway through the game here for Jaden. Gavin with the opportunity now to walk up and extend the lead here. Perfect opportunity for him to keep doing what he's doing. Austin will miss his spare. Gavin's 5th frame. Gavin with a 3-bagger.
So you're 21 now. Or you're 20 now and you'll be 21 in Okay, so you can complete it next year.
All right, so Austin, that one got away from him there, so he's going to have a little work to do here for his second ball. Gavin up on 1, looking for the 4-bagger. Ooh, good shot there, just a 10 pin.
You'll be 21 as of August 1st, so you can bowl all of next year.
All right, Austin up now for his spare shot.
This year and next year. Yep, because it's your
All right, 9 count. Wasn't a strike or a spare, but he got the most out of it there. So, all right, Gavin with the spare also. Gavin gets his spare, so Jaden will be up now on an open. Both of our matches through 5 frames. We're in the 6th frame here on both of our matches.
Our rules are it's August 1st. You can finish the whole season. So you can bowl all of next year yet.
Darian gets 7.
We're
Jaden
not
up.
21 anymore.
Jaden up now on the open. That's a strike for him there, back on the board. All right, Darian. Looks like the 139 there for him. He'll make it. And that will give him the lead, that spare. He's down 2 pins on the sheet, but that spare will actually give him the lead. All right, so both of our matches are now officially through the 6th frame. Handicap match is a 2-pin match. 2 pins in favor of Austin at the moment. On paper though, but Darian on the spare. Darian leaves the 5-pin. Jaden looking to cut into the lead. Good shot there for him. Will not knock the 7-pin over.
Nope, you're fine. You'll have your whole life to do it all.
All right, and Darian will not make the 5-pin there, so that's could be an open that's going to come back to haunt him. All right, Austin comes up high, leaves the baby split. Jaden made his spare, so Gavin up now. And gets a break. Gets the ball a little too wide, catches the dry, makes a U-turn. The U-turn snowplow. All right, so Austin goes 8-1 there. 86 for him in the 7th frame. 93 for Darian, so that is a 7-pin match. So that is going to come down to the last 3 frames. Gavin is up 23 pins as well. 4-pin for Gavin, 6-pin for Austin. Gavin makes his spare, Austin does not, so 95 for him in the 8th frame with his handicap. So Darian with a chance to get up here and right back to where he was before, the opportunity to get a little bit of a lead. Gavin has 169 in the 8th, he's on a spare. Jaden 126 in the 7th on a spare also, so essentially that's still about a 30-pin match. 4-6-7 for Darian. Darian is not doing what he needs to do here to just stay clean, so might come back to bite him a little bit. All right. Jaden's 8th frame here on lane 2. All right, that'll be a strike there for him. All right, so it is a 20-pin match. Jaden can shoot 226, 239 for Gavin, so we essentially have ourselves a 2-frame match here on the scratch side. Handicap is still wide open though. It's going to essentially be, can one of these bowlers get back-to-back marks? Austin has 2 marks. He hasn't marked since the 4th frame. Darian has 3 marks, but the handicap is currently coming into play. 3-9 for Darian, but Darian throws a little bit of a backup ball for a spare shot, so we'll see if he goes to that here for that. All right, so the start of the 9th frame here on the scratch side for Jaden. He will come up just a hair light and leave the 6-pin. Darian does go to the backup ball, but chops off the 3. So 111 for him. So Austin does have a chance here to walk up and win the match, depending on what he does here, and that is not what he was looking for. So he's gonna have to try to make his spare here, just to stay close. All right, Jaden makes his spare, so same thing on this side. Gavin with the chance to walk up here and finish him off. Good start. All right, here's Austin. Get as much as he can here. And he will get 9. All right, so 104 for him in the 9th. So he needs to mark. Austin needs a mark here. A mark here would force Darian to get up and mark also. All right, first shot here for Gavin. Oh, almost leaves the 4-9. He got away with one there. And hold on there, everybody. Just froze. Give me 1 second. And we're back. All right, and with that spare there, Gavin Brode will be your major winner for today. And that is the mark he needed. $219 for Gavin. $184 for Jaden. All right, so all focus here on the handicap match. Let's see what Austin gets here. And he will get 9, so 123 for Austin with the handicap. All right, so Darian needs just a mark and count. Austin has 123 here, so a mark for Darian would put him in the 120s already, and then he would just need decent count. So anything less than a mark, the match is over. And that will do it. He just needs 3 pins. 3 pins here for Darian. And he will win. He will win major number 6 in the handicap side. All right, 7 will be enough. So Gavin Brode and Darian Moyer, your winners today here at Steel City. All right, 131 to 123. Your final match today. All right, we're going to hand out some awards here, wrap up the show, and then we will be all wrapped up and finished here. You are watching the PJBT live on YouTube from Steel City Bowl and Brews. Just to back it up.
And I'll tell you what, here's your picture. I'll hand you that one too.
You're only kids triple your age, you're 7. Kids that are
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our sixth major of the PJBT season. Today here at Steel City Bowl and Brews in Bethlehem, sponsored by BowlerX.com. Our runner-up finishers in the scratch division, receiving a $150 scholarship, certificate, and award, goes to Jaden Conto.
Jaden Conto, $150 scholarship and the award.
Okay, our runner-up finisher in the Handicap division, also receiving a $150 scholarship, certificate, and award, goes to Austin Spellman.
Austin Spellman, $150 scholarship also and the award.
Okay, now time to crown our champions in the scratch division, receiving a $300 scholarship and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title goes to Gavin Broad.
Gavin Broad, your winner here today at Steel City.
Okay, and our winner in the Handicap division, also receiving a $300 scholarship and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title, goes to Darian Moyer.
Darian Moyer, your handicap winner today, $300 scholarship and the award.
All right, we'll get a picture with our winners and then we'll wrap up the show. Don't forget to tune in. We are off next week. We'll be back in action 2 weeks from today. On Sunday, January the 26th, we'll have the finals of our adult junior event. We'll be at Bolero Easter Lanes in Reading, PA. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks in Reading.
All right, everybody. So that's going to do it for us from here at Steel City Bowl and Brews. Once again, thank you to Lee and Chris Desant, BowlerX.com, for sponsoring today's event. We just froze again, but everything's done, so I am not going to bring everything back up again. So from all of us here at the PJBT, we will be off next week. Maybe I should restart it, though, because that's just a terrible picture of Matt for you all to sit there and look at. Let's try this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because everybody would rather watch me than Matt anyway. So, all right, from all of us here at the PJBT, we want to thank you all for tuning in today, watching our live stream, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks at Easter Lanes. Just a reminder, next Sunday night at midnight is the deadline for the adult junior for the $84 entry. After that, it is $94. So, other than that, nothing else. So, have a good day, everybody. Safe travels, and we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.